G'day, Clarky. Yeah, I don't know if I'll have much success because the internet hasn't really been playing ball with me since I've been here. It's a bit hit and miss. Like, I've tried to get good data. I did have good data at the beginning, and then it got, throttled down to 512. Like, I've gone into so many shops and asked, and yeah, I don't really get the answers that I seek, sadly. But yeah, I thought I'd try and get sunrise. I did get a beautiful sun set last night, which I was really, really impressed with. And yeah, there was a few people there. I know heaps were streaming, so I'm quite happy with like. I do know that people will review that vision and see some beauty there. I did manage to get a few little clips, but it is okay. But really, really beautiful. I thought it'd be fitting to start here. Thank you. Thank you very much. And that will help me next month a great deal because I don't know how long I'll have to wait for Centrelink to help me out. Yeah, I'm pretty confident I should get something, within a couple of weeks. I do have fantastic real life friends. Not that you guys aren't my real life friends, but I do have real life friends who have been helping me get home. So next week I will be home, and hopefully my last few days or week here I will be safe here as well, because I do have some important messages to actually deliver when I get home. But some very important messages. But I thought it'd be fitting to start here. But actually I think sunrise might be coming there actually. I did ask a Farang. I said, which way is sunrise? And he pointed me that way. But I think sunrise is hiding behind the clouds perhaps, because it does look a bit bright there. Yeah. Yeah, I've had some interesting interactions here in Laos. Like, I really like Laos. Like, I would like to come back here. Obviously, to that beautiful mountain resort villa where I stayed. That was fantastic, and I got some good feedback on that place. Oh, geez, I've just kicked over somebody's drink. I'll grab those comments in a minute, mate, but thank you very much. That will help me a great deal, even though it will come later in the month. Yeah, like one of my childhood friends paid for a ticket for me to get home, so I'm blessed about. And there is a street dog. I didn't really tag much in the description. But yeah, I really love Asia. It's a beautiful place, but also is filled with sadness as well. And also parts of Australia are filled with sadness, and all parts of the globe. But yes. But here is some play equipment, and it was very good to see innocent children here playing last night. I've really enjoyed the food here in Laos. I was a bit sceptical, in Cambodia, very, very hit and miss. Even Ben's even said the street food is a bit to be desired. I've always had very good food in Thailand, and I had home-cooked meals, which were always fantastic. So I will have fantastic memories and sad memories that when I do leave next week. But this will be the last live stream I'm going to do until I get home, because I want to just chill out and just enjoy my last few days while I am here. So this will be the last live stream for a little while. And when I do get home, I will take some time. I do have to address my mental health issues. I do have to prove my innocence, my daughter's innocence, and her lovely mother. But I won't be talking about those characters. I've tried my best not to, but I do have to prove my innocence for the people I love. Not that I need to. I did prove it, but I need to do that for my own self. Not that it's going to do anything, but yeah, I've had a wild ride, guys. I've had a wild ride. I think about 17 months. I honestly think I was only going to last 6 months in Asia, you know, but I did get a new wind in life, living here. And I'm not actually devastated to go to Australia next week. I'm actually really, really excited to go back there, because I've come to the conclusion that the place I left really was paradise. And this place is paradise as well. I came out here because I suffered terribly from osteoarthritis. And when I did walk out of that swampy airport, I realised I had made that right. You know, I don't regret coming out to Thailand or Asia. You know, I've caught up with lifelong friends, but people who are my brothers, and I will miss them, and I do miss them now. You know, I met a fantastic girl who had a terrible, terrible life, and hopefully I've set her on a better life. And sadly, I brought shame upon her by standing up to YouTube bullies. But I will speak about that when I get back home. But I do love that girl and respect that girl, and I do hope that she does continue a path of righteousness. But yeah, so I really enjoy sunsets and sunrises. I've tried to show over some streams. I have gone down a slippery path at times, guys. I will get to the comments in a moment. But life is what you make it, guys, and sometimes we do make wrong choices. I've made terrible choices in my 48 years, but I do have very good morals. As I've said, I did grow up in a very strict religious environment, and actually grateful that I did, because you know, you do go down the wrong path in life, and I certainly have. I won't bore you with the details of what I've done over my time, but he is the one who will judge me for that. But I do have very good morals. I don't always go about things that I really should, but I don't think any of us are 100% perfect. I think there's only one person or two people who are perfect in life, and they are well above us, well above us. I fear no man. But yeah, enough of that. I just thought I'd have a little say about a few things and just promote a stream I will do. It will be a very tasteful and respectful stream, but I must deliver that message for my own personal thing. So I will go over these messages. I've had a little say there. I haven't slandered anyone. I haven't talked bad about anyone. Yeah, so I will go over the messages. I do appreciate everything. You know, I've got some really good people around me, and they've told me to pull in my head and stuff, and I do take that on board, and sometimes I get suckered into things, and that's just me. That is me. You know, I know I'm a good man, and I think most of you know I'm a good man. But sometimes you get suckered into things and say things you really shouldn't. But I do speak the truth. But I'll go over the comments. And yes, we'll go over the comments, guys. Clarky, always good to see you, and it was really good to meet you. I did enjoy our encounter, and sadly with Line, it missed another great interaction of having breakfast, but I really enjoyed our time together, and we had a good laugh, and we had a couple of slices of pizza. And I'll take some memories away from that. Like your best mate, or if he is your best mate or your friend, I really enjoyed meeting him, because he reminded me of about 3 or 5 or 6 of my friends that I've known over my years. And sorry if the internet is a bit cooked. I probably should try and move around, but you know, I've got a lot to say. I'll be very paused. I'll try and stop there, and as I said, and just pick that up when I do get home next week. But I'll get back to the comments. Yeah. Yeah, where are we? Yeah, I was giving Clarky a big up. And thank you for the Aussie dollar there. That is very much. And g'day, Soy Dog. I hope you are well. I'm very well. I crashed out very early. I woke up very early and I was enraged. I could not have a hot shower, but I did have a shave. You know, I haven't had a shave since I had that haircut and that first barber shave. And I think that was more, not a week ago, but it was some time. I was looking a bit worse for wear, but I am back to my handsome self now. Yes. Yes, that's what I thought. I just thought I'd do a little stream. It won't be of great length, you know, possibly for an hour or so, but I just want to go and enjoy the rest of the time I have left here. So I thought I'd try and do a good positive stream and show sunrise, but perhaps we may not get it. But I did deliver a fabulous sunset, and a couple of people got to enjoy that live. But people can always review that vision at a later date and enjoy that with a cup of tea or a beer or whatever their poison is. Because we are all not the same, guys. We're all different. You know, we are here for a short time in life, so we really have to enjoy the beauties here. And as I was saying, I've come to the conclusion that Australia really is a paradise, and because so many people want to go to Australia for some bizarre reason. But for me, it was just too expensive, and that was one of my main reasons. And also, it wasn't hot all year round. Like, even though it does rain out these ways, guys, like, for my health-wise with osteoarthritis, it really did help me. And that is one of the fears I have of going back to Australia. And luckily for me, there is reverse aircon in the home, and I can keep warm. And I will come out to Asia again in the new year. But I must focus on my mental health, and also one of my children I must focus on when I do get back home. And I hope that I can rebuild that relationship with him. Because having family is very important. And I did get another opportunity to have another family, as you guys know. But we will talk about that next week. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, as they say, but I just want to try and show some stuff, and then I'm going to go have some quiet time until next week. And just, I don't even think I'm going to film anything during that time. I think I'll just soak up the vibe. I've got enough footage to keep me going for probably a year, if not more. But I'm going to review what I've got. I'm going to go over some past videos and put music over it, you know, with certain things I've said. I have done that to a couple. I had issues trying to get into Studio Labs last night, and I had to reset all my passwords. I don't know if that was a wide thing, but yeah, it happened to me. But I fixed everything up. I changed my passwords and everything. It could possibly be because I've gone from a couple of SIMs. I've had to put the Thai SIM in, and then the Laos SIM, and another SIM. So that's probably chucked a wobbly in the works and go, hey, what's going on here, mate? So I just had to prove my identity. So that's all good. But yeah, internet out here is a lot to be desired. But I know in Thailand I was blessed with really good internet there, and a lot of streamers have said that in the past. I know Ben had issues wherever he streams in Cambodia. So I'll get back to the comments, because chat is king, guys. Chat is king. Yes, I will. Yes, you are correct, Mr. Anderson, you are correct. But, you know, as you guys know, the character I am, I do like to stick to my guns. And sadly, sometimes it's not worth it. And I did lose an amazing girl that looked after me, and she would have looked after me to the day I died. But sadly, I brought shame to her and her family by sticking up to my guns. So that is a regret I have, but what do you do, guys? What do you do? You live and learn. And I can be a lesson to anybody else to avoid certain people and not to interact with those people, because what they did to me, they will possibly do to you. But you are correct. You are correct. You know, I've been gorging myself with so much food. Um, as I was saying earlier, the food out in Laos, I haven't had a bad meal, and I probably shouldn't say that, as I've said it a few times, and I'll probably end up with a bad meal. But actually, yesterday I had 2 hamburgers from 2 different chains, and they were really good. I went with the cheapest version in Chester's. I never tried Chester's in Thailand. I'm pretty sure I did see them, and I did try another company called Loretta or Lorata, as you know. I have terrible pronunciations, but I actually enjoyed that burger. It was very similar to Hungry Jack's style, and the patty was actually quite good. I was a bit skeptical. Like, the best hamburger I've eaten in my life is in Semaphore, in a place called South Australia. Go and do some filming around there. You know, I'm very proud of where I grew up. And what I've noticed out here in this part of Laos, a lot of repurpose of buildings has been done, and I don't know if that's new or old, but I did go for a walk. I did film some stuff yesterday, just some short stuff, and I noticed a lot of the old buildings are being repurposed, and that is good to see. And I did get to film a couple of blokes doing their job, and it was good to see all different techniques and how they do things out here. And some things you just shake your head and go, geez, if they did that in Australia, you know, the authorities would come and crack down and shut you down. But out here, things are totally different as they are in Asia. Like, they're not, yeah, but you know, I really love Asia, and I will miss it, but I will be returning in the new year, God willing. But yeah, where are we up to? Oh, South Australia is really, really hot in summer, but come winter, because I'm just off the beach, and during winter, like last time I was there, I rarely left the house. I rarely left the house because it does get cold off that beach, and I really love the beach, but it can be a nightmare during winter and spring. But as I've said, I've come to the conclusion I really had a fantastic place, and I'm quite happy to show where I've grown up and went to school, you know. So, you know, I fear no man. But yeah, hopefully the internet isn't too bad. I don't know if I'll walk the streets. I might go grab a coffee. I've already had a coffee, but I do have to eat. But I've just been going overboard on food, guys, and just going well over my budget. I noticed. I went, oh geez. And so I quickly went and bought a couple of gifts last night, just thinking, geez, if I'm going to go a bit overboard on food, I better buy some gifts, because I don't have to, but I do want to give a couple of little things to a couple of people. But life is what you make it, and it's been a crazy ride so far. But yeah, I don't think I made it down to Tasmania. When I lived in a place called Victoria in Melbourne, I was supposed to go with a couple of workmates to go on a Tasmanian tour for like a week. Like, there's a ferry, I don't know if it's still there, but you could go across the ferry and I think it was Port Melbourne or South Melbourne, one of the two. And you could go across on a ferry with a car or motorcycle or whatever it was. And a couple of my mates were going, and I was going to be the fourth. Um, but I was in a relationship with a girl back then, and we had something else planned. So, but I do regret missing out on that adventure. But yeah, like they ended up going to the Cascade Brewery and the Cadbury factory. I don't know if that exists there anymore, but yeah, like my mates certainly told me about their adventures. But sometimes we do choose the wrong things. But that girl I was with, she was fantastic. And I did have a good adventure over that weekend anyway. Ended up at Phillip Island at what she called a shack, which was really, really a marvellous home, a two-storey home, what I consider a mansion. You know, I don't need all the bells and whistles in life. I never have. You know, sometimes I may have chased all those bells and whistles, as I think most of us have, but when I was in Chiang Rai, I actually stayed in my first hostel for a while, and I had a private room, and then I went to another room, and then I thought, hang on, why don't I try a dormitory? And yeah, I stayed in there for a little while, and it was very interesting. Like, I'd never done that, and I thought, I've got to chuck myself out of my comfort zone, and that's what I have been doing, especially here in Laos. Just like, I like to prepare things a lot and go a bit overboard, but I've chucked myself into the mercy. And yeah, sometimes it's worked, and sadly, sometimes it hasn't. But you just got to roll with the punches and just be the best version of yourself. You know, you're not always going to get what you want in life, but you just got to keep going and don't give up. But yeah, I would like to go down to Tasmania at some point and catch up with you. Hopefully, anyway, if you're still there, mate. But yeah, I've got a lot of people I've got to catch up with, but I've got a couple of priorities that I must address first. I'll just move this um, gimbal there a bit. Yeah. But no, I'm in good spirits. You know, like the trolls will come and go. I laughed them off last night, and they gave up. Like, they tried to say Bobby Crush was not in me. And I thought, what? And that's just a troll comment, like, last night. Like, I actually gave some money. It wasn't much. It did hurt me a bit, but I thought, hey, I don't mind skipping a meal. But I honestly don't think that bloke was struggling. I did offer to buy a meal for someone I thought was really kind. But it is sad that trolls have to come and try and wreck your mood. But it didn't wreck my mood. I laughed it off. I thought, how sad are you to come and harass a mentally ill man for doing good deeds? And I said, why don't you go and do some good deeds and film it? But that won't happen. But enough of talking of negativity, guys. Let's talk about positivity. You know, we all have a purpose in life, as I was saying several times, and sometimes we go about things in the wrong way. But I do have a purpose, and perhaps I have an opportunity to fix up a few things in life. Yeah, I have to try and balance this phone. Yeah, sometimes I get it. Like, life is a balancing act. Actually, I think what it is, it's the other part. Yeah, I think sunrise is there, as I said. So, yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, the Western man, he gave me the wrong information. He led me up the garden path, as they say. Yeah, I'm full of sayings, and I'm also not full of anything else at the moment. But I spent some time in that little location down there, because I think I did a couple of streams, but I did a stream down there yesterday where it rained. But actually, I'll try and fix this up. I think it's the cord I've got. But I really do appreciate the love that has come my way and the support. You know, I've probably lost supporters and I've probably gained new supporters. Some videos work, some videos don't. A lot of shorts work and a lot don't work as well. It's algorithms a bit strange, guys. But I am here to stay. Not in Asia at the moment, but I am here to stay on YouTube. I won't be going anywhere because I get a natural high off doing streams. I really do, and it helps me with my depression, as I've talked about. I know that's not everyone's cup of tea to hear about, but I am a bit too honest. I am too honest. Because if you aren't honest, guys, and then the truth comes out, you are made to look like a fool. But sadly in life, there are people that enjoy that type of stuff. But yeah, so I'll take a bit of time out. Like I've got a lot of videos that I need to watch, and I've just been putting them off. Like I did release a good one, I thought, and I did get some views on that. And hopefully I'll get a few more views on that one. But yeah, I'll spend some time just going over a few videos if it does rain, but I just want to try and soak up this vibe. I was thinking of heading back into Bangkok, but yeah, I think I'll give that one a miss. But yeah, so I could go up somewhere else, but I think that's a waste of time, really. Can't chase ghosts at the moment. I've got to let time heal. But I've really enjoyed my travels, and also I've had sad ones, as I've said. But life is what you make it, and you can't let people and things affect you. You just got to suck it up and move on and be the best version of yourself. And I am still a handsome man. I still am a handsome man. Like I didn't come out to Asia to find girls and get drunk and go to bars. You know, I've always been blessed. You know, like my parents were very good looking. So I've been blessed in that department. But yeah, it is quite interesting in Laos, like a couple of things I don't like about here, but you know, there's a couple of things in Australia I don't like, and I'm sure there's things about me that some of you don't. But it is good to see people walking around. I will actually give up the cigarettes when I get back, because I'm not going to be paying $50, and I can only take one packet of cigarettes back. So yeah. And I don't really want to part. And thank you for the two likes there. Thank you very much. And I do laugh about the dislikes I get. Like I find that out amusing, and I think, who can dislike a temple? Who can dislike a sunrise or a sunset? I don't know. But yeah, I am feeling quite peckish because I have been eating so much food of late. You know, I've got my appetite back. And I'm really looking forward to cooking when I get back. Like, I've got to cook up a whole bunch of lasagnas for some friends of mine, you know, because they've helped me out in my emotional times. Portions to make, and I reckon I'll get a stream out of that, you know. Cooking with Jeremiah. Yeah, I do find that lasagna is best the next day when all the juices seep into the pasta sheets, but it is fantastic when it is fresh, but I do find it is better the next day. Like I cook up my pasta sauce. Like I do it in two ways. I either cook up the pasta sauce for a couple of hours and let it marinate in its own juices and get strong, or I just do a cook for half an hour with the pasta sauce, and then I just make my white sauce. And yeah, I've actually taught many of ex-girlfriends in Australia how to make this lasagna, and a lot of my other techniques in cooking. And I'm looking forward to trying real gravy, and also catching up with friends and walking along the beach where I grew up. And I will return out to Asia, hopefully. G'day, Ben. I hope you're well, mate. Like, I'm just trying to catch sunrise. I've got a beautiful... G'day, Bobby Crush. Some trolls said that you were angry with me, and I knew it was a laugh, as they always try to get, like, a rise out of me, but I laughed it off. I knew you wouldn't be talking bad about me. Give that 50,000 Kip, but you did hear him say thank you. I didn't embarrass him by doing it all on camera, because I was told by Oz it's not good to do your good deeds, but you did ask me to give him 20,000 Kip. I didn't have 20,000 Kip, but I did have 50,000 Kip on me. You know, I will miss out on a meal because of that, but that's okay. I have gone many days in the past in Thailand not eating for 48 hours, so skipping a meal so someone else. But I didn't really think he was broke, because he looked quite well built, and he had a lot of definition. I did try to buy a bloke sitting with a plastic bag a meal, and that would have only been under 20,000 Kip. But I do like to do good deeds. I can't help everybody out. I have to help myself. But when you have gone through struggles, you can see that, and I do believe I am an empath. Like, I don't know much about these betas and alphas and stuff like that. I don't really care much about that, but I did read something on Facebook, as I have said a couple of times, and I do think I am an empath. G'day, Seven. Good to see you. Like, I did a fantastic sunset last night, but sadly, most of my supporters were doing their own streams, but that's okay. I did have a couple of people in, and people can watch that vision a bit after. Like, it was probably about 51 minutes of beautiful sunset. So you can mute me, and then you can have some nice music of your choice, and you can have your own poison, either a cup of tea or a spirit or a beer or a soft drink, whatever your poison is. So you can mute me when you watch that, and just chill out and watch that beautiful sunset, because it was fantastic, and I got to share it with a whole bunch of people who were sitting over there. I was sitting on I'll zoom in, like where you see those ladies there doing their Jim Carter exercises. Now, where is it? I won't get much zoom. Just over there. I'll put the gimbal back down, and because it is a bit shaky. I'll go over the comments. Now, where were we? Oh yeah, g'day Natty Dread. I'll get to you in a moment. I'll just yeah, I try to let the chat build up a bit at sometimes, because I know this is the trolling hour, for whom the bell tolls. Yeah, I hope you're well, Mr. Crush. You know, you always make me laugh, and you do give me stuff to think about, as I keep saying. And I have kept asking about the favourite fruit, and it has been mango pretty much. A few people said bananas. No one said dragon fruit, because I just assumed dragon fruit, because I see a lot of people eating dragon fruit, and I really enjoyed having dragon fruit in Thailand. I actually like that, but the orange mango to me in Thailand was probably my favourite fruit, and I did have it on smoothies a lot. Um, Now we'll get back to the comments and give everyone a big up. But yeah, I'm going to have a couple of days chill out before I fly out next week and just not stream. And I more than likely won't even make any videos because I've got enough to keep going for like a year. But I will come back out to Asia in the new year. It's just I need to sort out a few things, as you guys well know. I don't have to keep waffling on about that as I do, because you guys know I can shoot the breeze, and I may have a few issues talking at times, but I certainly do not have an issue to speak. Whether there is some substance there, that's up to the eye of the beholder and the listener. But I really have enjoyed people like offering me advice and enjoying me. Like, I'm not perfect and you guys aren't perfect. We are all on a different path, and I am on a different path, but I'll talk about that when I do get back to Oz. You know, I've got an important message to share with everybody, but we've got Mr. Phoenix here, and he shall rise and open his wings and spread his love. And I'll get back to the other comments well up the top. So I've said g'day to R7. He's a good guy. I really like R7. He's not everyone's cup of tea, but sometimes I don't agree with him, but I don't agree with everybody because we're all different, and you guys don't agree with stuff I do. So we are all works in progress. The only people who are perfect are the people that are above in the clouds. And I won't Bible bash anybody, but I do have a faith in the powers above. And hopefully he will deliver me safely back home. So I'll get back to the comments and give everyone a big ups, and hopefully I haven't missed anybody because I have a habit of that. Okay, yeah, I'll get back up there before everything moves again. Good to see you, Ben. I give you a lot of big ups, mate. I give you a lot of big ups. So have a lot of time for you, mate. Bobby Crush. Everyone's talking to each other. That's good. Natty Dread. Yes, life is a cabaret. Chummo something. Liza Minnelli. Yes, she had a very interesting life, that lady, before she succumbed. Yeah, she was a very interesting. I did enjoy a movie of hers with Dudley Moore, and he was a really good comedy actor as well, I found. He was really good, and sometimes we do go down the wrong path with drugs and alcohol, as we did see. But she did come from a very famous family, so you know, not that that's an excuse anyway, guys. But sometimes when you are well known, stuff does happen. But I'll get back to the comments. It's good to see we've got a couple of people, and thank you for the likes. But I am excited to get back to Australia next week because that's where I need to be. And it is good to see you guys chatting amongst yourself and spreading love and joy. You know, I know some of you guys have some issues with others, but you know, you try to put that aside in here and try to spread the love. And that sun, right, I can actually feel it in my eyeballs, and the gentleman next to me is enjoying it as well. What have we got here? Sorry if I've missed anything, but Mr. South's always a pleasure. It's good to see you back chatting in the channel. Aussie, oi. That is the way. Actually, I might just leave that there, and then I'll sit down in a lower step because like my hands are shaking a bit with the arthritis, but I'm picking up this fantastic heat because I know next week I'm going to be in not a so hot place, and I'll be, luckily for me, I've got a solar panels and Tesla battery, so I know I'll have plenty of heat. Oh, bloody these mosquitoes and flies are a bit vicious this morning. Like, yeah, I can't say there's no flies on me, but there are. Yeah, I was enraged that I didn't have any hot water at all, and I did make a complaint saying, hey, you know, I really need hot water in my mental health. And, you know, I probably should have stayed at that shithole I was staying in. But I'll change hotels again today anyway, so I was even contemplating getting back up to that Pakenham, or I don't know how to pronounce it, you guys know I'm pretty bad with pronunciations, but that place was gold, and I've gotten some good feedback from that. Like, a couple of guys were saying, oh, that was just amazing, probably your best stream, and I've got no problems with that. Like, I know I've done some good streams and some stupid streams just waffling on about stuff I really shouldn't, but that is me, guys. I'm a work in progress, as I keep saying. I'll try and go through all these comments and the people who have bothered to come and help me. And sorry if I have missed anything. I will keep scrolling up. No, they're very dark coloured and have fruits inside. Yeah, I'm just trying. Like, I think I know what you're talking about, but I'll have to see a picture, and I will do that actually, because you do give me a lot of stuff to think about afterwards, Mr. Crush. I think the durian is overrated for us. Yeah, I've only had durian in ice cream, and I think it's from my time in Bali where I walked around and it was just driving me up the wall. And luckily in Thailand it wasn't so bad with the smell, but it depends how long it has been sitting. Now that sun is really, really bright. I'll try and get there we go. I was just trying to read the chat. Actually, I'll grab my spectacles actually. But yeah, I was thinking of going back up to that place, and I may have missed the boat, but yeah. Where are we? Yeah, Aussie. Since mass Indian in Australia, they now have, yeah, they certainly do. Now, I worked in the warehouse industry for quite some time, and those particular characters pretty much taken over that industry. And then I left to go work in a bank because my body was suffering. I was blind, but now I can see. That is a very good comment there, Mr. Phoenix. And you shall rise. Yeah, I like that name. Is JG still in Thailand? I did see that he was in Thailand, or unless that was a mirage. Oh, yeah. Just trying to read through the chat. Okay. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about, but I'll have to paint a picture. And what I will do at the end of the stream, when I do end the stream, I will check that out, or over the next couple of days I will. Because sometimes... Oh, the oi mean. My view of it comes from the sports like cricket. I dare say it's more from cricket, if anything. As the English and the Aussies, like we love our cricket, and we love slagging each other off when they do win the Ashes or one-dayers. Like, we do have a very competitive spirit, the English and the Australians, when it comes to cricket. And it's pretty much like the Australian football. The English refer to as the round ball. We refer to that as soccer. Or there is another term that we call it, but I won't say that because it can have a racist undertone. And I did suffer some racism in the Chinese part of Laos, and I've talked about that enough. Um, I'll try and get back over the comments. Um, yeah, I do like fruit, actually. Actually, I did come across a couple of Kenyan ladies, and they weren't ladies of the night, guy. They were actually tourists from Kenya. And I was actually doing a little video about how the tuk-tuk drivers out the front of temples were actually offering certain things which I frowned upon, and I was just doing a little video on that. I tried to be as polite as I could, but I did take offence to that because I did give up one of my addictions, and that was a two-part reasoning behind that, because I had planned to come out to Laos, and I know in Laos you do have to be careful of those things, but because I did do a little video just explaining that it's sort of like the old Thailand where you would be set up, and if you couldn't pay off a small fee of gratitude, you would spend probably a year in jail and possibly more. And who really wants to spend time in an Asian jail? I certainly don't. I certainly don't. And I'm sure a lot of you guys wouldn't, unless you're into being close to men. Because I know jails are wall-to-wall men, and but that's because we are all very different. We are all very different, and I'm very tolerant of everybody. Because I was best friends with a lesbian girl, and yeah, I did learn some actual tolerance there. But that's all from my beliefs. But I came to the conclusion we are all one under the sun, and we should love each other, but not as the way that sounds. But yeah, back to the oi oi oi. It's like a war cry type thing, a bit like how the All Blacks and the Maoris and stuff have their kamate kara stuff. But that haka does change over the time. But it's sort of like a war cry is probably the best way to describe that. And as I said, it's mostly in the cricket, but they do it in most sports, especially when we're playing the English. Yeah, I like how Oz says the English, because if I say Poms, some people might find that a bit of a racist undertone or a bit rude. So I do try to be politically correct, but I'm just too bloody honest, guys. Too bloody honest. Now I'll get back to the comments because I'm missing a bit. Yeah, I do find I do miss a lot of comments at times. Okay. Yeah, I'll give out a few more spanners. You know, I've got some really good mods as well, but I want to reward a few people as well. And also, at least I know I'm talking to the real person and not a clone, because a couple of times I've had clones come in and I've thought, like, even Bobby's been cloned, and I didn't see his spanner, and I go, hang on, he's got a spanner and that's a clone. Because sadly, the people do clone people. And it is good, I'm getting some laughter there, because Bobby Crush does actually deliver me some laughter, and he does make me think, as I do say, and I do enjoy all the comments I get. You know, I've got a lot of love for Seven. He's an interesting character. I must say I love his hair, and I often wondered, is that a toupee? But that's okay. That is okay. Now I'll just sit down a bit. A lot of people out pushing the pushy. Just bear with me for a moment. It's okay, that's all good. Seamus, I love that name. Sheeps. Oh, Augies are past the, according to Google. The woman would shout, Augie, yeah, as I was saying about those Kenyan ladies, yeah, I was, because I have a habit of not finishing stories, and then, yeah, I forget after a stream now. I was actually doing a thing, and they said, oh, are you a YouTuber? Asked for my channel. I said, oh, I don't think you lovely ladies would be interested in stuff I've had to say. But yeah, but they were lovely ladies. They'd come from Kenya and they were staying at a hostel, and they were a bit lost. They had only arrived and they didn't have internet, so I set them on their path. And they weren't that far actually. Like, they said they were near a temple and street food, and I said, well, if you look around, there are a lot of temples, and they did laugh. And they said, are you Australian? I said, yes. And they asked, oh, I've tried to get a job in Australia. It's very hard. And they asked me how they could get in there. And I said, well, there are a couple of ways. You can marry an Australian, but that has to be a real relationship, because they will check your phone history and your chat history, and, you know, and one of them said, oh, would you marry me? And I said, oh, look, I've just come out of a relationship and I'm not looking for the fairest at the moment. I need to work on myself and be the best version of myself. And they laughed, actually. But it is good to meet different people and just have chats and learn things. And one of them was asking me if I get hassled with all the tattoos I have, and I said, oh, probably not as much as you do for being like the colour of your skin. And but I said, yeah, I do come across some things, but mostly it's quite positive, and people want to ask me questions. I bet Seamus is a common name there. Now, Romper Stompers have a lot of racism in it, but that aside, like Australia, you know, like the English, they do have a very racist history, you know, and it probably comes from upbringing and, you know, so, you know, sadly, there is a bit of that there, and that happens everywhere. And I've actually come across racism, believe it or not. I was actually called a white devil by Chinese, and I understood exactly what they were saying. Okay, we'll get back to the comments. Steve Anderson, I'm pretty sure I said big up before. Dread, I gave him a big up. I think the Oi is a throwback to the prehistoric days, and the majority of Australians are rock ape types. Yeah, like we are a different breed. Just like you English are a different breed. But with the internet, like, we all do have a laugh at each other, and hopefully it's not too toxic. But I think majority of the people that come here are just looking for a laugh. Apart from the troll, oh, well, they're looking for a laugh too. There are lots of different, yeah, that's what I was saying, Steve, like, there are so many different huckers, and it really depends on the captain of the team and their beliefs. Now, when I was growing up, in the days of Sean Fitzpatrick, it was pretty much the same hucker for a long time, and that was the one that I was saying, and that was basically, I'll give it in English terms, it was basically the one where, I've forgotten the whole line, but I'll give a vague description. It was basically, there once was a hairy man who caused me to see the sun again. I climbed the rungs of the ladder to see that sun, so I will rise, something. So basically, that one was one that was in the 80s, will rise up to see the sun again. And that was the one I really enjoyed. But when other captains come in, or other leaders, I should say, things did change. You got Zimzam Brook, you got Lomu, oh my gosh. Yes, yeah, I've got a lot of stories about Lomu. Yeah, I actually know one of his relations, and sadly he met his demise, sadly, but yeah. But he was a champion, that bloke, absolute champion on the field, and he was a steamroller. He used to steamroll. I remember when he steamrolled over the Japanese, and he made them look like they were rag. He made anyone look like a rag doll. He was just a beast, because when he was growing up in Tonga, I think it was Tonga or Samoa, I forget. But yeah, they used to play with coconuts and just, you know, and he was just a beast. But there are other beasts who have come and played for the almighty All Blacks. And you know what, guys? I am actually wearing my All Blacks top actually today, and it is a bit fitting. You know, I love New Zealand, but I do call myself an Aussie. But when it does come to rugby, I do support the All Blacks. Cricket, I support Australia. Depending on the... And sadly, there's only really a few good players in history. Like my favourite New Zealand cricketer, I think, was Richard Hadley. He was a champion, and I'm sure there'll be a few jokes about that one in a moment. I'll get back to the comments, because as you guys know, I have no issue shooting the breeze. Okay, when you enter New Zealand, you are welcome with a nose rub. They skip Jazzy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, yes. You get that also in Hawaii and the Polynesian nations as well. And you get I forget, it's not a Lee, I don't know. I get a bit tongue-tied, as you guys know. But yeah, you get like a, yeah. But it is good that we've all got different cultures, and you know. Eddie the Eagle did his Olympic training. I don't know if it's that big. I've seen bigger honkers elsewhere. Like, actually, I did see a clip that DW did, and you know, he he looks quite young, like me. But I've got no issue. Yeah, stop there actually, because I'll get led down the garden path. Okay. Yeah, I really haven't had much of a lurk on other channels because of my current situation, but like certain people who support me, I go in and lurk. I honestly haven't looked much at all, because I've just been concentrating on myself, and sadly some things do affect me, so I just do my own thing. But those guys understand. Yeah, you know, I've got a lot of love for them. Now we'll get back to the comments before I carry on about other stuff. But really good comments here today, and I'll try and get the best thing. You know, sorry if I'm not moving the camera around showing the rest of this stuff, but you know, I think it's just good to have a bit of a chat and share some good vibes with some like-minded people. I didn't think I'd get too many in today now. Where we were up to, I was hypnotised. Oh, yeah. I was actually did some hypnotising a long time ago, and I found it was really good. But hypnotising only works if you can believe in it, and you are of a certain persuasion. How you going, mate? All right? No, you're fine, mate. No, you're all right. Like, I did the sunset and everybody was there, but it added to it. So yeah, I managed, like, I come from the mountains and I miss so many sunrises, but I'd rather see the mountains than this type of thing. But like last night, I was blessed with a 51-minute view of sunset, and because I'm coming back to Australia next week, I spent 16 months over in Thailand, and now I've been here, I think, a couple of weeks. So I just want to have some memories for when I'm home. But yeah. Yeah, that's reality. Like, things change, and it's just part of progress. But it comes down to money, and sometimes they do spoil beauty. But that's, we've got memories and photos for later on. But apparently they were saying, because I did the boat cruise, and an Aussie come across, because he says in 2 years' time that they're going to pull up, like they're actually building a dam. So like they'll still have boats, but you have to stop and then get onto a new one. So I did a 2-day cruise and I loved it. But if you haven't done that cruise, do it, and it's cheap. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because apparently the Chinese are footing the bill, but the power will go into Thailand, so the Lao people won't get anything. I don't even dare say majority of the workforce would be Lao. I dare say it'd be Cambodians. Yeah, well, they do it in Australia too. Like they brought over the Irish for some reason to build bridges. That's probably why our bridges suck. Apologies, R7. Apologies. I'll get to the chat in a minute. But yeah, like, you live here or just? Yeah. Yeah. COVID. Yeah, well, coming from Australia, we were locked in for 2 years. So as soon as the border opened, I was in Thailand. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, we're in paradise, but there's also paradise at home. That's what I've come to the conclusion. Australia isn't as bad as it is. It's just expensive, like the rest of the world. You're not wrong. Oh no, no. Like, we all have our faults. I've got my faults, but I am looking forward to getting back to Australia. I'm not, like, because I wanted to live over in Thailand permanently, and I know previously when I went on holidays, you do get that depression, but I'm actually excited to go back home because of the food and my friends. So I've done my dash there, so I'll come back in the new year for like 3 months and then just, yes. So I'll just do like about 3 years ago. Yeah, I won't bore you with all my health. Yeah, I've got osteoarthritis, and so I need the constant heat. And I've got a bad heart and stuff, so like my mum went early. Oh no, she went at 70, so I really want to enjoy the rest of my life. Like, I'm only 48, so no, I won't get there. I'll be lucky to see a couple of years if I'm lucky, but that is life. Like, so I just want to enjoy what time I've got. Yeah, yeah, so do I. Yeah, yeah. You want to have that extra motivation to keep going. So, but we all are here for a short time, and we really need to get on with life, I guess. and you're getting fit. Yeah, I gave up that about 3.5 years ago, but I'm on the cigarettes, sadly. So when I get home, I'll be quitting because the cost I can't afford back home. Sorry? 50. 50 in Australia. 20 to 25. But out here, they're only 80 cents, if that. $2 Australian. Yeah, it's mostly tax, though, in Australia. Not really. I just want the tax. No, no, no. I've got a lot of hatred towards the Australian government. Yeah. No, no. They look after certain people who come, yeah. True. Whether you love him or hate him, he did a lot of good things. He turned the World Cup into a reality. He did a lot of good, especially with the heart, as you just pointed out. I'd forgotten about that, but I think somebody was saying before about Kerry Packer's great works and stuff. But yeah, it is good when those that have large amount of money do good works. Yeah, yeah. Because you do have rich people that just think about themselves and don't want to help anyone. But yeah, but when that does come, we necessarily may not actually do all that. True. And they are the ones, sadly. Yeah. See, it's sort of the theory, if you teach a man to fish, there you go. And I tried to do that with my daughter's mum. I tried to build a street food business for her, and when I had a large amount of money, she goes, "Oh, we don't have to worry about it." And I said to her when my money went missing, I said, "Well, if we had have done that, we wouldn't have been in this problem." But that's that same point. Like, teach a man to fish and you'll be okay. Yeah. It wasn't going to make me a millionaire, but it was just going to make me and give her like a future. Yeah, be able to. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. And I did do a lot of research and I found locations, and honestly, it was the best thing to have a street food restaurant. As long as you got good food, if you got shit food, well then you're stuffed. But if you've got good food, the word spreads. So, it, yes, yes. But realistically, I don't think guest houses are money makers. It's what they do on the side, like visas, tours. Like, realistically, there isn't much, because I know a couple of people that have guest house, and they said we make our money from doing tours. Um, and that's where most of the money comes, unless you got the Royal Hilton, perhaps. Yeah. Yes, I noticed the new Hilton being built. It's not that big. True. Yep. Yeah. 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 Happens. Yeah. From China. Yeah. That's what happened in COVID in Australia. Like, we realised how much reliance was coming from Australia. I mean, from China. And when stuff couldn't come on the boat or the plane, it, like, especially in the building industry, like, because, like, America did donkeys ago, like, they got rid of all their factories and just imported from China because it was cheaper, and they tried to reverse it. I think Trump tried to open up the factories again, and yeah, but whether you love him or hate him, I think he did good, and I hope he gets back in. You know, I am a believer of him. I don't agree with everything he does, but I like his swagger. Yes. Yeah, he's a bit strange, yeah. Mm. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, it's sort of like we don't always do the perfect thing in life. Like, only him is perfect, and we're just the subjects. But yeah, we just have to roll with the punches. We're all not going to agree with everybody, but yeah, yeah. I try to tolerate everybody. I certainly make mistakes. I tell you. But you're not really happy at the end of the day. I've got rich friends that aren't happy at all. And I've always been happy with some money, and I've found that I'm okay. If if I can't eat, yeah, I'm not happy. Yeah, some. That's true, because you can count your true friends on one hand, or possibly two. Yeah, yeah. I've gone through. I won't bore you with details, but I've gone through some life-changing things, and now I know who my true friends are. So yeah. Yeah, there are. I'm a bit like that too. I rub people up the wrong way too, because I'm a bit too honest, very honest, and people don't know how to take honest people. They're very afraid, and so they'll lie about you and make up stories, and yeah, yeah. Mm. Yeah. I'm exactly the same, and that's happened to me recently. Yeah. I've got no issue standing up, and that's got me into a lot of problems standing up. So yeah. Oh, at one stage, but I am a good man. But yeah, yeah. Oh, I didn't do anything bad, perhaps, but yeah. But it is interesting you say that because I was catching the fast train, and when you are travelling, everyone's stressed. But this woman cut in line, and I said to her, "How would you like I do this to you?" So I did, and you know what? I knew she was going to mess with me again. I paid a bit extra for a window seat. She was sitting in my chair. I asked her politely 3 times, "Please move." And then I raised my voice. A guard come. He asked what the problem. I did get animated. I knew I shouldn't have done that, but I was in the right. I've got a few mental illnesses, but I stood my ground because I hate being shitted on. And the guard moved her because I was in the right. I paid a bit extra, and she would not move. But he got her out, and then she sat behind me and kicked my chair, and I laughed about it. But I do speak my mind, sadly, and that is just no doubt. Yeah. Yeah, I've never really had that issue, but I think because I'm Farang, heavily tattooed, she probably thought, oh, is he... But I wasn't rude to her. I asked her politely 3 times, and I even apologised after. I apologised to everyone for having a rant. But, yeah, but I feel bad if I speak my mind, but what can you do? Uh, yeah. You sound similar to me in a way. Like, I get myself into all different strife. Yeah. Yes. Yep. 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 Yeah. 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 I'm very similar as well, but I do get myself into trouble by standing up, and sometimes I should just go, shut the hell up. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, but we go about it the wrong way. But it's not. It's just that it's very empath behaviour, and that's what I am. I read people and I feel their struggles and pain. But then you've got alpha and actual beaters and egomaniacs that just carry on and think they're the bee's knees. But uh, yeah. My daughter's mum said, do they give you money? Do they help you? And I said, no. And she goes, well, don't let it affect you. And I should have took those words from her, but I didn't. No, no, no. So I should have listened. But me being me, I thought I know better. Mm, yeah. Yeah. And I get a bad taste in my mouth when you do good works and then you get shitted on, and then, but as I say to like the people on the internet, I say we're not the same. Like we're going to make mistakes. There are good and bad. If we were all the same, life would be boring. So we do have to have all these characters in life, and you can only do the best you can do, and that's life. Yeah. 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 You've got stories similar. You've got stories similar to mine. Yeah, it's quite strange. Like I won't bore you with my details, but yeah, I've gone through some interesting times where I've reflected afterwards and thought you've done the wrong thing there, but because of my morals and beliefs, I stand my ground. But I do believe in what I do is right, but sometimes I go about it in the wrong way. And that's what you said. Like you go about your business and then something happens, but at the end of the day, we just have to keep going like the way it is and just do good works. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I've been there and I've done that, and that's why I come out to Asia. Yeah. Yes, 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 yes. Yep. 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 Yeah. 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 Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You, you sound similar to me, except for the shyness. I'm not shy. But I didn't come out to Asia for girls because I always had girls back home. I never had to buy them. And I've always said to girls, I said, in Australia, you don't buy fake love because it's not real. Yeah, like I'll buy food, I'll help them out, but I won't give them a salary every day because that's not love. Yeah. Yep. Mm. Yep. 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 Yeah. And that can develop into love eventually. It's sort of like the arranged marriage of like Indians and so forth, where in time they do appreciate and fall in love, but sometimes it don't work. That's all. That's why I've always said, you know, this isn't love if you want a salary. You know, because you are a handsome man like me, and I dare say you would not have issue finding a girl in the West. And it's usually guys that are ugly or overweight, or they've come out of a really bad relationship, come out here and do what they do. But that's just my views. But and then there are the pigs that just want to do what they do. But yeah, yeah, we're not perfect. Like we are men. Yeah, Yeah. I should look at that book actually. I should look at that. Yeah, I'll look at that. I'm not much of a reader. I'm more of an audio book. Yeah, yeah, I'll look at that. Yeah, yeah. I think the only books are Rod Dale's Witches and something else. It's just I don't have that attention span for reading, sadly. A lot of my friends will just read, but I don't have that gift to be able. Like, I can read, obviously, but I don't have that blessing to just be able to just sit down and read. I just have to keep on the move or constantly thinking. I find reading isn't for me. Um, like I know when I was at school, I had like I had to read certain books, and I I just found it so frustrating. So I'd try and get cliff notes and stuff, and chat to the girls and say, "Oh, can you give me some tips?" But you know, that was before internet, so I'd have to go to the library and look at things. But teachers aren't stupid. No, no. Yes, yes, they did, but these days, yeah, they do everything, and so they should. Like they check everything, and so they should. But some still get through. But yeah, but they get paid well in Australia. Like one of my school friends, his sister become a teacher, and she had to go work up in the top end to get a placement, which I think is good. And she's actually still up there. She's been up there like 25 years and loves it. You know, she's got kids, married. Yeah. I think it's 3 or 4 or 5 years they have to stay in that location or go into a remote community. It's sort of like doctors as well in a way, but a bit different with doctors, but more education. And I think that is a good blessing in Australia that they do, like they, as we said about the Australian government, like they get so much wrong, but they do get a lot of things right. But like as humans, we will always find fault in things and not. But then after we think, yeah, perhaps that is right. But like, yeah, yeah. But it's not until after you reflect on things and you go, okay, yeah, or you've gone through a life event that you do reflect on those things and go, yeah, perhaps that is right or wrong. But yeah, strange. Yeah. Nah, you're right, man. I've enjoyed your chat, and I'm glad that you did come and have that chat. And because I've got no problem talking, I can shoot the breeze, as my friends know. And I'm surprised I haven't lost any people. Like I think they're probably laughing at me, going, "Jeremy has found somebody who talks as much as him." Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't know much about Laos. I've come across when I lived over in Thailand. Uh, this is the longest time I've been over here in Thailand. Like I've been, oh, like sorry, Laos. I've still got Thailand on the mind. I come from the top end and I've come my way down here, but I'm seriously considering going back up to Peckham or Peckingham or whatever it's called. Like I'm terrible with pronunciations, but I will come back out here in the new year, I reckon. I'm not a city person. I prefer the country and the views, but it's just the seediness I don't like around here and stuff. But that's just me. Yeah. Yeah. I I do like a lot of the vibe here because it's not a big city, but it's just certain things I don't like. But I like all the temples and that, and like you can just go from one to another in just a short distance. No, I love temples. I love them. Like in Chiang Rai, I went berserk in Payow. I went berserk looking at them. I tried to go and visit every one, but then I realised I don't have enough time for that. But I just like looking at different things. Like some people go, oh, they're all the same, but they're not. Like they are similar, but they all have something unique about them, like pictures, paintings, drawings, sculptures. But yes, it's a work in progress. See, I went to one in Payow, and I went there probably more than a year ago, and I went back there again 8 months later, and they were still doing the same thing, but they had done more, but it was a very slow process because they were putting those mirrored, coloured things all over the thing, so that would take probably 10 to 12 years to do, and I reckon if I go back there in 10 years, if I'm still alive, they'd be doing the same thing still. But I do love how they do take the time, and some temples need a lot of TLC, and some get it and some don't. It all comes down to the almighty dollar. But yeah, yes, yeah, mm, yeah, yeah. Because they'll give their money and their gold. Yeah, yep, yeah. Mm. Oh, see, a lot of people have a faith and they don't mind going without to just have a belief because it gives them comfort. Yeah, that tugs at my heartstrings too. Yeah, that happens a lot in Thailand, like, and also in other countries of the world. Kids go without, and yeah, yeah, it is sad. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, yeah, and that's what I've got to do. That's what I've got to do. Like, I don't help everyone, but I do help some. But yeah, I've got to get that out of my head too. That I can't save everyone, but I can save some. You know, I'll be happy if I can save some, or save somebody from death or human trafficking or stuff like that. But yeah, we all have a message and a belief. But yeah, we just have to be true to ourselves and be honest, and we'll be okay. I'm too honest. That is my problem, and it scares people. Cheers, mate. Jeremy's like the name.
Sure, mate.
Sure, no worries. I enjoyed our chat.
I hope everything gets
Oh, I'm going back to paradise, mate. So I will. Thank you very much. Thank you. No, that's all right, mate. I don't know how much of that you got, guys. I'll get over the chat in a minute. Sorry, guys, but I don't know if you got to hear all of that, but that was a really good interaction. And that guy, I'll go over the chat in a minute. I think you guys would have just enjoyed it, or you may have just laughed at it all, but I really enjoyed. G'day, DW. I'll get to all you guys in a minute. I'll just. All right. I don't know if you could hear him, but yeah, he was a really cool guy. I thought he was German, but I'm pretty certain he was Aussie. I'll just go over the chat log. I've still got a bit of time before I make a decision heading up the river, but you never know. To pay. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I do apologise for that, but as you guys know, I talk and that bloke talks, and we had a really good chat, and hopefully you did hear majority of it because there was some important messages in there. Yeah, I know you did, Phoenix. Like, you've said a few things about that. I think he's just a people pleaser, Jazzy. A fence sitter is one way you could put it. Like, I don't have any issue with him, but yeah, I could say more, but I won't. I'll quickly skim over. Yeah, I do apologise, but I think most of you guys were chatting amongst yourself and having a laugh at me, and that's good. If I can supply some laughter. Chat. Have a chat. That is me. That is me. Because I have no issue shooting the breeze. Sorry, I didn't even read the chat because I was just but I'll just change location because there's the sun up there. Yeah, I don't like to be rude, guys, but yeah, I really enjoyed that chat with him, and I think I'll take a lot away from that chat with that guy. Actually, he made me realise a few things. Actually, he really did. I'll get back to, but he did say something important that I will reflect on. He said. He said something about how he tried to do good deeds and then he come to a conclusion that he's just got to put it in his head. And I know that's true, and I have thought about that because I can't save everyone. If I can save a couple of people, that's okay. But I do have an important message to share, and perhaps I might not go about the plans that I had planned, but I will reflect on that and speak to a couple of lawyers. But yeah. Because I certainly can't change the behaviours of some. I can only change my behaviours, and that's what I've got to concentrate on. But I'll just skim over the thing. I do apologise, guys. I'll quickly go over the messages, and then I'll go for a walk. And I do appreciate we still got 11, 13 in the chat and 6 likes, and probably a whole bunch of dislikes, which I quite find amusing. But as you guys know, you can call me, have a chat. I don't mind that. I have been called that before. It is good to see some love there, guys. Actually, Hadley bowled maiden overs. He actually... I think he was the first guy to get 300 or something, and he had many a maidens. He was like a fantastic cricketer, but I know Aussies don't like him because they used to chant something. Now I'll quickly skim back over. I will go through this stream later, so if yeah, I will go over. Very nice, I like you. Will you be my boyfriend? I like you. But good to see you, DW. You're a big supporter of mine. And Yeah, and it's sad that some people chuck you under the bus. I've been chucked under the bus, but I didn't get run over though. I managed to slip through the tyre wheels and not get hit by the undercarriage. If I've missed something important, just pop it back in, but I will review this stream at a later date because I really enjoyed it. I'll keep going for a bit longer, but when I've had enough, I'll just say goodbye and that's it, because I know the trolls will come. But I laughed them off last night though. I laughed them off. Yeah, I apologise about the crappy internet, but I'm not in control of that. Now I'll just skim over a bit more just to make sure I haven't missed, like, everyone's important to me. That's not nice, saying Jeremy is boring. Oh, okay. I'm sure you're just taking the piss. Now let's see what I've missed. Yeah, I know Heaven has a sense of humour. Oh yeah. Chat is king, baby. Cunts all of them, but e-beggars can't be choosers. Yeah, I'll never ask for a penny, guys, but when it does come, I get emotional, and that is that. Move to a fresh spec. This is bland. Yes, I shall. I shall just quickly skim over a bit more, and then I'll move and show some streets. And I do apologise, guys. I didn't want to be rude. I was trying to wind it up a couple of times, but he's a bit like me. He likes to chat, yeah, I used to be friendly with that guy that you were talking about there, that Banjo, but he chucked me under the bus, and he supports those characters, but that's enough about that. Very nice. Yeah, I've got to do some more bit below stuff, actually. I've got some stuff I haven't released, but yeah, I really like doing below. Yeah, I met him many times, and he used to go out for meals and have a good time. But he thought his channel was going to blow up, and so he went to the dark forces. But that's up to him, because we all are different, guys, and we make wrong decisions. But yeah, I won't bag him, but I should, because he did, you know, but yeah. Oh, he has said a couple of nice things about me, but yeah, he got suckered in a couple of times and got me into strife. But yeah, he had dreams and hopes of being the next big thing, and when that didn't happen, yeah. And to be the next big thing, I just wanted to be me and just do what I wanted to do. Because originally I just wanted to do interviews, but I never got around with that. I just stuck my former GoPro Black 10 on my scooter and just hooned around Soy Bakal and a couple of the other soys, and just cruised and I did the odd videos. I didn't get many views back then, but I still don't, but I still get a couple of good views on some things. But I built my channel, as you guys know, on shorts, and then I messed up that algorithm. But with shorts, they either work or they don't work. But it was really more enjoyment, because I do get pleasure, and I do get this natural high, because as I keep banging on, I'm off the herbs, and I hope to stay off them when I get home. I might go the legal route, which I did in Thailand, and have some CBD, because I do suffer from osteoarthritis, as I bang on about. But I do have receipts for all that. Receipts, not fake made-up receipts. But enough of that before I get into trouble. And here is some traffic, guys, and this is a traffic report coming to you by Jeremiah. And some people call me Jeremy, and some people call me some other sad names. But that's up to them. But let's share some love and positivity and try and forgive the less fortunate. Now, I won't run across the road because I'll get skittle, and that would make good content and people would love that. Not you guys, but some of the lurkers if they are there. Actually, I'm feeling pretty hungry. I could walk down there, guys, but I don't know. I'll just do what I want to do, I guess, and that's what I do. And there was a double pun in there. All right, I'll try and scoot across here. All right, we'll see if I meet my demise. Yeah, cheers for hanging around, guys. I'm sorry if I didn't move the camera around. I didn't really want to get the guy on camera, but he was a handsome man like me. Yeah, he seemed very similar to me, very similar with what he was saying. And I was starting to think, has he been sent there? Perhaps, but you never know. And here's a box. And there is a mini Big C, but I won't go over there because I get internet problems there. I get internet problems anywhere. Yeah, I'll go for a wander. I don't know if I should have a wander through a temple, but and there is some banks now. If you have funds in your bank and you put your card in there, you will get kip, and then you can go and spend that kip and buy some sausages. And you can do many things with kip in this country. Hopefully they're all good things, you know. But you can. Oh, there's some graffiti over there. I do apologise if I've missed any important chat. G'day, Harv. How are you, mate? How are you? Yes, you are correct there, Harv. You do have some very good comments there, and I do enjoy some of your comments. And guess what? I'm wearing flip-flops, and I wasn't taking the piss out of you. And these are the banks, guys. As I was saying, you put your card in there, and it will give you money if you have money in that account. But sometimes your card can get swallowed. And also, tug on the place you do put your card in, because it could be a skimmer attached. And sometimes they glue them on there too. Like when I worked in the bank, like I knew all this stuff before, but yeah, I learnt a couple of tricks, and they did educate us on a lot of stuff as well, which I should really share with you guys. You know, like I'm no expert on banking because I've had money stolen from me, and I worked in a bank. Yeah, but it didn't break the bank. And then I lost money to crypto, but I will get some of that back at some point. And then I'll get a big payment from my insurance, and I'll be able to withdraw on my super again in a couple of months, because I'm only allowed to withdraw once a year. I thought it was 2 times a year, and that really messed me about. But I do have some rather good childhood friends who have helped me, and one of my other friends has paid for me a ticket to get home to safety next week. So that is good. So after today, I'm just going to chill out and soak up this vibe. Like I don't even think I'm going to do any films. I'm just going to pack everything away, and I probably won't even look on YouTube. I'll just, you know, try and take some time, as I said, and just... Now, this is a buffalo. I'm sure Banana King could make some work of this, but this isn't a real one. And this here is a rat. I won't say what I was going to say, but yeah, you get the drift. Yeah, as I was saying before, I really enjoy temples, and I know some people say, oh, they're all the same, Jeremy. Well, technically they are, but they all have a different thing, but they all have dragons. Like, for the life of me, I cannot remember what my daughter's mum told me these are called, because there are two different statues of these, and I've forgotten. It went in one ear and out the other. You know, as most stuff does, sadly. Yeah. But I do enjoy a lot of the like when I was up in Chiang Saen, like that last video I released, I've got a couple of more in that location. I've got a 20-minute one. I'm trying to think if I should just cut that in half, because I know most people have a short attention span, so I don't know. I don't really care, to be honest, but I think I've got enough stuff to work on that. Splitting it in half would probably be an issue. I'll probably just leave that 20-minute one. I've got that uploaded, but I haven't watched it yet. So that's what I was thinking to do, actually. So I will look at the YouTube. I will look at my content, and I guess I could spend a couple of days just going through all the stuff I've got. I've got a lot of stuff I've got to upload. Yeah, I couldn't get into my account to upload stuff, and I was really annoyed, but I got back into my account, changed all my passwords, but yeah, we'll push on somewhere else, and I'll just quickly chat. I'll quickly check the log while I leave this at this view. I'll quickly skim over. I do apologise if I'm missing stuff important, guys, because I do know what it is like when your comment is not recognised, but you guys know I'm doing the best, and at the moment I do have thongs or jandals on the ground, but when I do get back to Australia next week, I will be boots on the ground there for a couple of months, and I'm really excited. I'm not depressed about going back to paradise, guys, and as I've banged on enough, I've said, I've come to the conclusion I left paradise. It was only the cost of food and the coldness that made me come out here to Asia, you know. I don't have to keep banging on about that, but yes, yeah. Yeah, I do like the chats that do come on here, actually. There's some good chat in here. Actually, I've been considering actually giving DW a golden spanner. But yeah, I don't know yet. I don't think I need to, but yeah. It's about, yeah, I've already read that one, Half. That's good. Always a pleasure, Mr. Half. Many families buy a section of the ceiling to have script painted and show their support to... Oh, I'm not aware of that. I may have been told that by somebody, and it's gone out the ear, as most stuff does with me. Like, as I've said, I've been told many things by like my friends here. And sometimes I take it on board, and then I get suckered in again. Yeah, you know, but you know what? You've just got to show your haters love and laugh it off. And you guys know I can laugh. And I think I wound up a troll last night, and he ended up shooting off, because I knew he was a troll because of the comments he was saying, and I like... Many times it's the same troll with like the same type of wording, and I work it out straight away. So I play a game with him, and then I'm just waiting for the punchline. And yeah, I knew that one last night was coming, so I laughed it off, and I think he got the message, and he didn't come back and say anything. But just show them love and kindness. You know, they just want to wreck my happiness, you know. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, that does make sense there, Phoenix. That does make sense. Yes, that is true, Phoenix. You know, and Harv's got an important one above as well. I'll just actually reread that again. Actually, um, yeah. See, when you do meet new people, you do learn new things. You may not. Everyone's got a story. Everyone's got a story, and sometimes they are dark stories, and stories we perhaps should not share with others. And then others decide to share these stories of other people's darknesses for their own pleasure and amusement. But, you know, we all have an important message. You know, like we're all chosen to do different things. And, you know, and with me, I have no issue talking. Sometimes I do have an issue talking. But here is a house being repurposed. And this looks like a nice mansion, and this was a hotel at some stage, and it will be another one at some stage. Actually, there is a few of these around here. Actually, hopefully I'm not... Well, oh, no, I'm okay. Oh, spirits, stout, fine food. Actually, I did... like, where I finished up the stream last night, that was fantastic. I did chill out there for a while after. And I got myself some comfort food and just had a chat. And that guy, yes, I did chat to him, and we did see each other around the traps. So, yeah, that was where I knew him from. Yeah, he was a pretty cool cat. Handsome man, I thought. Yeah, you do see a lot of people with braces out here with perfect teeth, but they get braces just to fit into the thing. Now, what was it's about the journey. Yeah, like that's life. Like we get to a point where we are in a rush, but when you get a bit older and you go through life events, you realise, you know, we don't have to rush. And I think it's a bit of part of our upbringing, and like we really want to get to that place or that salvation, and we really should stop and smell the roses, as they say. Actually, I did drop my sunglasses the other day, and I did go and obtain a new pair, and I think they're quite fashionable, and I will show them to you. You know, I think they suit my style. I've gone through that temple before, but I'll just wander around aimlessly as I do. I know I've gone over this bit before, but yeah, I really enjoyed today's chat. I do apologise yet again for rabbiting on with that other gentleman, but I don't know if you guys could hear what he was saying. I probably should have, like I wasn't expecting it to go as long as it did with him, but as you know, I can talk and talk and talk, and there was some important messages there, and honestly I hope I can hear what he was saying. It's just sad I didn't have my GoPros, not my Go-2s anymore, because they don't really work with this iPhone, but I will get a new phone and a new gimbal eventually. Yeah, no, because I wanted to pay back my friends for paying for the ticket, but I don't have to. So that's going to be a big thing I don't have to worry about, because I've been stressing. You know, I said I'll be able to repay in a couple of months, and they said don't worry about it, and that's just a big relief for me that I don't have to stress about that. Now, there is a lot of accommodation here. Now, when I was in Hoi San, here's a tip. It's very hard to find a place to stay because a lot of the places don't have a website. So if you are a website builder or you make websites, you might want to put your good works into doing good works instead of making up lies and slandering people and do good works to help people. But yeah, I found it very hard to find somewhere to stay. But I was pointed in the right direction. Actually, I'll just be a bit quiet because there's some chanting going. But there's some good works going on here. Oh, I've just trod in water. Now there is a plane. I'll be on one of them next week. Yeah, I'm really excited about going back. You know, the food. And I'm looking forward to having a hug. Yeah, I need a hug. I need a hug. Yeah, I'll just show a bit of merit going on. I won't stick the camera in anyone's face. I'll just show it from a distance to be respectful. But if you've never seen this before, guys, this is what they do. So I'll just put the camera to the side, but out this way in Asia, they do have strong faith, as you guys probably are aware. Now, I'll head down one of these side streets and show you something a bit different. I'll just check the time because I'm trying to work out if I should just stay around here or it's only 8:06, so I've still got a couple of because oh geez, Jessa. Like I've been throwing caution in the wind and just moving hotel. You know, as I said, I'm a creature of habit. I like to just stay in one place, but I've just been trying to chuck myself and push myself. And you know what? As soon as my head hits the pillow, I pretty much pass out. And I woke up this morning at like 4 o'clock and went, oh, geez, what have I missed? Not much. And luckily everything was charged up except for the mobile phone. And so I just chucked that on the charge. And I reckon I've got a full charge on that new solar battery pack I've got, but I'm not using that at the moment. I'm using the Old Faithful. Yeah, no parking. Some vacant land. Ooh, that is a nice skinny building. Actually, I was doing a stream yesterday, but I just had terrible connection, sadly, like I usually do, and that's me. G'day. You know, I'm 5'8". I'm not 5'6" like I've been told. But yeah, same height as Ben. Yeah. As you can see, I'm not fat. I'm quite slim. Not muscly. I used to be. But I'm still a handsome man. Very easy on the eye, I've been told. Actually, see if I can get some info here. So you can always pause this after if you want some info. So this here gives you where we are now, and then you can go and do, like, there's so many options. Like, you can get to China from here, get to Vietnam, you can get to Cambodia, because I was going to come down to Cambodia and catch up with Benny and Souths and do a Mekong, but like I do have to shoot off early next week, so you know, I won't have the time or the funds to get down there. Like I've just been going crazy with the food, guys, and I'm really enjoying eating, as I said, having good quality food, and just got my appetite back. But I have gone a bit overboard with the food, and oh, yep, really good. And they're burning off the plastic, so we will shoot off out of that. I think that's like having 10 packs of smokes there. Actually, if you do get a bike from the hotel you're staying at, make sure you get the padlock, because motorcycles and bicycles go missing. And if you have got a bike from the hotel and it does seem to go walkabouts, you will be paying roughly, I think, $2,000 US, which I think is outrageous. So I did want to gain entry into this building, and go up the top. No, I wasn't going to jump off, but I just wanted to go up there and just do a good shots up there. But I think I could get in there, but I'm not too sure about the laws. I did get away with entry into a couple of places, but before in other parts of the world. But actually, when I do get back to Australia, there is a couple of abandoned buildings. If they are still abandoned, I want to gain entry into. There's some graffitis. Now, this is the museum. Now, I think the internet scuffs up around here, so I will not show this because I remember I had issues. I think Bobby and someone else, like a lurker, were the only ones that kept popping back in, but it kept dropping out. But I'm not in control of the internet, guys, so I'll try and move on. Yeah, we got only 6 likes today, and we had a high of, I think, 13 or 15 or something. They were probably looking for dramas, not positivity and happiness. Yeah, I reckon we did have a dropout there, or got pixelated, because I did notice, like, I had a quick look at one of the streams, and I thought, bloody hell, like, that got pixelated for a bit. But as you guys know, I'm not in control of that. I'm only in control of myself somewhat. Oh, there is a Volkswagen. Is that Mr. Herbie? I think that could be Mr. Herbie with the 56 on it. No, it's not. Yeah, I like Volkswagens. Like, my mum had one when I was a youth. Oh, no, when I was very, very young. Actually, or was that before my time? I can't remember. She had a couple of motors. Yeah, she had like a Morris and an Austin. That's actually quite nice. I like how it has that, you know, that rustic feel, I guess. Very, very nice. You know, that could be made like that. And guess what? There is an important message on there, guys. And a very important message. Very, very nice. Very nice. I like this. Actually, this is what was happening to that lovely Thai man's car when I was staying there. I don't know if this has been deliberately done or it's just the weather's taken a toll on it and the owner just likes it the way it is. And this guy sounds like the type of guy I'd like to have a chat to. Yes. Yeah, God is great. I won't Bible bash anybody, but yeah, put your faith in him. But you don't have to. You can put your faith into a bottle of rum, or a bottle of gin, or a bottle of beer. That's up to you. And here is some halal food. Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, there's a bit of halal food in Australia. And actually, McDonald's is halal. There's some really nice old buildings around, and I did say the other day there, and thank you for that 7th like. I love you. Thank you. And I've noticed a few buildings for rent or for sale, but I would have liked to find out what a building would actually cost to rent, and you know, because I might be able to live another dream, perhaps. But who knows? Who knows? Who knows what is in plan for me? Only the big fella knows. I know some other people had some other plans for me, but yeah. State bookshops. Yeah, I was having a chat to that fella about books. Yeah, I was never once of a reader. I can read quite well, actually. But yeah, I never really had the concentration. Like, I did read at school when we had to read out in class, and I did do Bible readings as well. So, so actually, I didn't even mention that. Yes, I did read the good book, because I do like reading classes, and we've just lost a whole bunch of people because I'm banging on about religion, or probably the internet. I'll go for a wander up there, and so if the trolls want to come and drop some inspiration on me, now is your time. I will give you a warning, because you're not going to ruin my positivity and my happiness, guys. But I will forgive you for your trespass. Now, here's the Hard Rock Cafe, guys, the Hard Rock. I've been to quite a number of Hard Rocks, but I did not go in this Hard Rock. And that's me in the reflection. Now, I did ask a couple of questions about the massage shops. They all seem to be hit and miss on their price-wise. Some are quite cheap, and this is where I had fantastic breakfast the other day, but I can't really force I could eat it, but I won't do it because I want to try and stretch what kip I've got left. Yeah, like my friend said, do you need me to send any money? And I said, no, I've got enough, but not enough, but I've got enough just to see me through till I go home. So, yeah, I've already gotten, like, actually, I will show you this again for those that weren't there, but, oh, I had a fantastic one. I had this one yesterday, rather nice, and I had myself a, I think it was a latte ice, and that was fantastic. And I had quite a number of darts as well. And I showed some street vision. Oh, there's that bloke I was chatting to the other day. I won't put him on camera. And here is some more banks. Very nice, I like you. And here is some more information, because this one's a bit smaller, so I think it would be interesting going, like, it's pretty good. Like, I know Ben did a couple of bus streams where he had a nice sleeping bus. I think that was in Vietnam of all places, I think, yeah. Yeah, he's done some good stuff, Ben, you know, when he's off the juice, you know, like he really does. You know, I've got a lot of time for him. You know, he's been out in Asia 4 odd years or more. Actually, I wonder if I might just be able to sit here for a moment, actually. Oh, yeah, I just have to have a seat for it for a moment. Oh, perhaps I shouldn't sit here. Oh. I'll just go over the messages because I haven't really paid attention. I think people have just been enjoying the views. Perhaps, I don't know. I don't know much. Yeah, I do enjoy the chanting. I just wanted to hear some chanting. You know, it does soothe the savage beasts. Hopefully, well, they don't come out and say, hey, you got to buy a drink. I don't know. I wouldn't put it past them. Now, yeah, I think there weren't really any new comments, but I'll just skim through what I've missed. I think somebody's coming out. Yeah. No, Seven, you weren't spamming. I don't, you know, he's got some good comments, and he doesn't say anything negative towards me here that I know of, you know. But yeah, it's funny you say that, Seven, because I certainly did not engage any prices, and I didn't really see any of that activity, believe it or not. But this morning I was sitting on the balcony and I was contemplating doing a stream from there, and then I looked down and I did see some stuff I did not want to see, but yeah, but that happens around, sadly. But yeah, I've got no idea what they're commanding, and I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I'm having a break from the fairest sex. It's the furthest thing from my mind. Furthest thing. You know, I hope and pray that somebody returns, but that's just a ghost. That's just a ghost. Why did Jamarco ban you, 24? Was that because of his alliance with certain characters and he was told to? Yeah, sadly with that guy, he doesn't really follow his own path. Ron couldn't play cricket if he had a stubby leg. I don't even think he knows what cricket is. Yeah, I caught a bit of, I didn't see much, but I did see a few little clips. That's that bar that used to be helicopter, 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 helicopter. Yeah, because Ben was saying they changed the name of that. But thank you very much, guys. I'm going to go and find something to eat before I get turfed out of this seat and say, hey, sir, you must buy a drink here. But yeah, I appreciate all the love. I know there's been some bad internet, but I certainly shown yet again that I can shoot the breeze. I'm going to have a bit of a personal break for a couple of days, but you never know, I might decide to pop up. You never know, but I just want to have a bit of reflection, even though I've been told I reflect too much, but that character can go and shove it up himself. I am me and he is he, and I just have to worry about myself. I don't worry about people who don't know crap. I don't know much, but I know a bit more than that clown. But he won't be welcome back on this stream on his name, for sure. I've seen what he's been saying. But enough of that negativity, guys. I want to leave this on a positive note. If you got anything to say, drop those comments now, guys. I am giving a bit of warning that I am going. So, yeah, I'm just going to go and chill out and soak up this town. I'll decide in the next hour if I'm going to find another hotel or jump on a boat. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to enjoy some time here and just chill out and just, yeah, because I'll be back in the new year, hopefully. But anything's possible. Anything's possible. I might have a visit. Somebody in Thailand, in Australia. You never know. You never know. Yeah, I plan to. I just need to have a bit of, like, I do get a good high from doing these live streams, and it got me through when I was in Bancham, when I was actually really bad news, and I didn't know what to do, and there was nothing I could do, and I'm sorry if I'm getting a bit emotional, but, and there's a monkey bite. There was nothing I could do, and I just went walking, and I thought, hang on, I'll take the dog for a walk. I'll try and do a stream, because I only did a couple of streams in Pattaya, and I thought, hang on, I'll just try and stream. And long and behold, I got my hours up, and the channel I was offered to monetize, and I thought, why not? I think I monetized it in payout. like I got that email and I thought, oh, why not? Why not? I never planned, you know, circumstances change. I've never asked for a penny. I do believe I have actually delivered some content while I have been out in Asia. It may not be everyone's cup of tea, but I'm not everyone's cup of tea. And as I was saying repeatedly, like, we all don't have to be friends. We just have to be respectful of everyone. And sadly, in the Thailand community genre, it's built on deceit and drama. But I don't want to leave it on a terrible note. But yeah, I've enjoyed my time in. I might be told to move on. No, I haven't. I've really enjoyed my time in Asia, and I'll certainly come back. And thank you for the love and support, and thank you for the hate as well that's come. And I'm gonna go in a couple of days and go back to paradise, and I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited, and I will come back out here with a new perspective and a new phone and a I don't know. We'll see how my health goes, but I do need to address a few things and improve a few things. But once again, guys, thank you for the love that you're showing me out here, and may God bless you. I love you all, even the haters.